Goa is a very special place. I've been coming here since I was 17 years old. I'm very fond of Goa. I have friends here. I know the place well. I'm a trained fashion designer, so my first jobs were as a stylist. So I worked for a luxury magazine, fashion magazine in Mumbai, Officiel, and then I started working in film and advertising as a fashion stylist. So I never had a desk job, and I've never worked for a corporate or I've never worked for a startup. My first desk job that I ever had was in London at the age of 29-30 when I got a job with this innovation and research firm. So when I came back, after a few months, I just realized, that this lifestyle that everybody's leading in the cities and even living in Goa I was leading is a very unhealthy, unsustainable lifestyle. You go to work, you work 12 hours a day, you're not exercising, posture is bad, seating is bad. The options for food were not healthy. And now that I've slowed down my pace of life, I definitely know that that's not a healthy and sustainable way to live. So I started, because I suffered so much while working and I had all these issues. So I decided to open this place. This place is called Blue Lotus, but my brand is called KO Spaces. Very Goa-esque. It's a heritage structure. And many things along my own journey have influenced the way I want to run the place. Like I've done a permaculture design certification. So I incorporated those values, which is earth care, taking care of the earth, which is taking care of the earth and the property of this house. People care, which is taking care of my staff, myself and my guests. And fair share. So we try and be as sustainable as possible with this business. We use chemical-free cleaning products, for example. We've planted some food around the house. We've taken care of the garden. We compost all the waste from the garden. We also segregate our garbage. So it's more for co-living, and it's like a space for people who, either they're working remotely or they've collaborated with other people and they've all come together in this space to work on a particular project. Like we had a couple live here and they were moving base from Delhi to Goa. So they lived here for a month. 2 Europeans just last month who did the same. They stayed at the beach, came here for 10 days, pretty much were at home working, and then they moved on to their next travel. We've also just had an Indian couple stay here. Very interesting couple from Hyderabad. They both are techies and they've been traveling and working. So they came here, stayed for a month, did their work, but she's also a dancer and also has a dance app. So, that's the kind of people that we also want to attract, people who are well-traveled, entrepreneurial in nature, nomadic in their lifestyle a little bit, so that they come and they enjoy this. Currently we have a team from Berlin here. They've been here for 2 weeks and we have a co-working room, and they've taken over the co-working room and they're working on their various projects and things like that. We serve healthy meals here. The environment is quiet and peaceful, so people can really focus on their work, but they're also well taken care of. Our salt and sugar is not white sugar. We use brown sugar, jaggery. Salt is sea salt, pink salt, just small things. We use local produce, good produce. It's delicious. It's local, but it's also made with great ingredients. So actually what's going inside your body is nourishing you. I also organize yoga retreats. So that gives me the opportunity to travel a little bit. We also have yoga classes here, not just for the guests, but for the people living in the area. So in that way, it becomes a community house where other people also come thrice a week and practice yoga here. So I've literally created my business based on things that I enjoy doing. So I am fulfilling my nomadic instincts with these retreats where I'm also there participating and traveling and things like that. So there are a lot of young people who are artistically inclined, who don't necessarily want to live in the city. They want to pursue their artistic endeavors, and they are also conscious. Like pretty much everybody that I know in Goa segregates their garbage. They all have more disposable incomes. Everybody is more independent. They're getting jobs, they're educating themselves. Pretty much everybody has started working much younger. There are more opportunities. Then there's the internet, which makes you more aware. Even if you haven't traveled, you're able to know about what's going on in the world, and you're able to update yourself and keep yourself informed. So it is obviously the need of the hour for all of us to be conscious, because otherwise we're going to collectively destroy. We are already collectively destroying the planet. Because there's so much greenery and beauty, and you have space and you have the time, you start noticing these things, that there's so much garbage. Part of the reason why a lot of people also enjoy living in Goa is because you have such a greater connection with nature. So you start enjoying that solitude, and you start enjoying nature, and you start enjoying that quietness, as opposed to always being stimulated. I do make it a point to go to the beach, and that's the joy of living in Goa, watching the sunset, taking a swim. I also practice Buddhism, so either I'm going to a Buddhist meeting or I'm going to a friend's place or an event or a gig. But I do try to balance going to the beach, and I'll also really enjoy staying at home and doing nothing alone. Clean air, nature, environment, including the ocean, and also interesting people. And it's very cosmopolitan. There are a lot of people from all around the world who are coming through. And if you live here, sometimes you have the opportunity to interact with them. There's nothing I miss from the big city. I don't like a lot of people coming to Goa. Goa is a traditionally very safe place for women because Goan people are very relaxed. You'll see a lot of Goan women riding around bikes. What I don't like about Goa is that when outsiders come, they harass women. Whether it's Indian women or foreigners, they'll harass you or they'll try and take photos with you, or if you're at the beach, they'll, get their cameras on, etc. Goa just has so much flora and fauna that you just don't know about because everybody thinks Goa is about the beaches and the booze. But there's so much more. There are so many national parks, so many waterfalls. And Goa just has so much more to do.